Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
CollegeFootballHeadz YouTube. What's going on? It is your boy, Coach DC, coming back at you today with another video. And so, yeah, man, while I was at the family reunion, questions piled up a bit. And so I'm going to start getting to these. I'll start with the ones on the Coach DC 404 website first. Is obviously, those are the ones that I'll see before anything else. I see you send a lot of A-gap pressure. Blah, 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 blah. Da, da, da. What he's saying is he's just basically asking me what defense am I running to get A-gap stuff. And I'll tell y'all what defensive playbook I run in. I mean, but there are different variations of the plays that I run. I'm usually utilizing the 3-3-5 defensive playbook when I play. And so it has a lot of 3-3-5 stuff in it. I don't think it has 3-4. So I know some of y'all might not mess with it, but I'm telling you, man, that 3-3-5 has a lot of good stuff. I am the next virtual, as I told you guys before, yeah, that's going to be on the 3-3-5. Get some defense on the field. But what I'll tell you guys is this. If you have a black market blitz guide, I would suggest you go and look through some of that, because 95 to 98% of that stuff that was in the black market blitz guide is what you're watching. It just works out of different formations. And so again, I teach concepts. I'm not necessarily gonna just teach you one blitz. I'm gonna teach you a concept of how to get your pressure, how to develop your pressure, the sequences is at which you should kind of set your adjustments up. And in this game, it is really critical, because the adjustments in this game are I don't know which is worse, the defensive adjustments or the offensive adjustments at times. And it's all a part of the master plan, I'm guessing, because I'm going to show you something that's going to just bring it all into perspective when it comes to setting up your line protections. But as far as the defense goes, man, it's really a numbers game. It's just about learning how to unlock, learning how to make guys peak. There are some little secret steps you can do it. Like if you walk down to the line late, you're actually, if you walk down, let's say you let the guy make all his adjustments, and then at the last second you walk down and hover at the line in a different spot. You actually will change the dynamic of the blocking scheme, because now someone may become the hot or the blocked defender. Yeah, I guess that's where I'm trying to go. But for me, I can't run double mug. I just, like, in my heart and my spirit, it just won't allow me to run double mug. First of all, because the coverage sucks. And I know you can set up different stuff and all that stuff, but it double mug is such an obvious kind of deal, because you have to take a vital and critical piece from the defense in order to stand in the gap, in order to get that effect. And so if somebody knows, again, when I say it's a numbers game, I literally mean it's a numbers game. If you send 7 and I block 7, generally I'm gonna pick up the 7, unless that 7th guy is in a spot that I can't get to. And so if you understand how to set up your protections, then that won't be an issue. For me, coverage is more about what you do behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so when I say lazy, it's like we've forgotten in the last 5 years or so. I see people that don't click on at all. I see people that click on and don't know what to do. I see people that just kind of watch they kind of just watch on defense. They just go get a defensive lineman and just start rushing and just like, all right, I call something, whatever happens behind me. And so Madden, excuse me, wow. Well, the EA in these games have always had that little caveat. And so for me, that's why clicking on is important. That's why swatting is important. That's why knowing how to swat is important. All this stuff that I'm going to put in the Bible 26, it's some advanced stuff in this game. There's a way to play press coverage and not get beat deep. Where it's just so blatant. You just look up and you see a guy running down the field and your guy's just standing at the line. Now, of course, there's still DDA and all that kind of stuff involved. But what you guys, especially for you guys who don't get my content or don't get my pay content on the Coach DC website, that's what my site is all about. My site is really not about, as you see, I don't pump a whole lot of one play touchdowns and all that stuff. What I teach you is how to combat the AI and how to combat another user. And you do that through using your mechanics. As you see, a lot of plays there, good swats, knowing how to swat, knowing how to have your stick pointed in the right direction when you click onto a guy. I'm telling you, you don't want to run into one of my guys, man. I played one of my, matter of fact, I played one, I'm going to show y'all some stuff tomorrow, I think. I played, me and one of my guys, I was working on something, and I was able to get with one of my guys, man, and I'm talking about, bro, when I tell you, you do not want to run into one of these guys out here who can throw the jump ball and kill the AI guy, and kill you in the process. And you don't have the tools to combat it. It is, I'm telling you, it's hard enough combating it. All right, so here's my problem with the game. When I'm going to make line adjustments, why is the pass protection blocking the very people I need to see if they're coming free or not? Like, that's crazy. And it happens a lot on this game. It happens, I think it has something to do with either if you're on the left hash, and then sometimes you're on the right hash, it'll do it. And it's like, if you're trying to make or set up your pass protection, at times, it just simply when the box comes up, it blocks the guys. So then that's what has to take so long. I got to take the box back down, see which guy it is, pull the box back up, put the adjustment in, and then, hey, by that time, you're already at those 4-second false start calls, which I see they never addressed that. Here's another double Mabel. And here's what double Mabel, double mug. This is what double mug will get you if you don't know what you're doing. It'll get the guy 40 yards behind your defense more than once. But this is what I mean by we have just become a community of such we're so complacent when it comes to certain things. It's like we want to know how to do is the easy stuff. Everything is easy. And so we don't understand. I don't see anybody talking about these animations that you can create and finish a certain kind of way like this. Watch me slide in between those guys. That guy didn't do that on his own. He did that because I made him do it. There are ways to avoid knockouts. And it's just, in a lot of this stuff, this is why DDA exists. To be honest with you guys, DDA exists so that they can even the playing field from those of us who kind of have a scope or have a gauge of what we're doing and those of us who don't. So you end up in a one-on-one situation like this, man, against one of my guys like Schemes, Doc J, man, I could go, the list goes on and on. My boy I call ISO Joe, man, I'm talking about for real, bro. This thing can get ugly early. It's even with the moves. I see people, and running's probably the easiest thing to figure out, but I see people starting to kind of pick up on the quick stop and starts and the quick change of directions, and they're figuring out how to make those things happen. The pocket presence, all this stuff. There is so many just different ways to do stuff on this game. And like I said, if you could take away the stadium pulse, if you could take away the DDA and just go with pure gameplay, user versus user, oh man, scheme versus scheme. This game has all the tools to be a great game, and so that's why I know I'm going to continue to play it this year, because I fully expect. I don't think a lot of this stuff happens or takes place by happenstance, or just it's just not some roll of the dice that the game is playing this way. No, like they want you to think it's a dice roll. No, they're well in control of a lot of this, and so you have to learn within your mechanics how to avoid overthrowing wide open receivers. You have to understand how to use touch in certain situations. In certain situations, you have to learn how to step up in the pocket. In certain situations, you may have to drift away from the pressure in order to buy time. And so it's a lot of stuff coming up. Catch animations are king on this game, bro. I'm here to tell you. Anyway, man, y'all enjoy the rest of the day. A lot more coming this week. It's your boy, Coach. Be safe. I'm out.